Kev Jumba has a new video.
You've got mail.
There's a FIFA 17 demo out. What? Hey everyone, it's been a while since I did my last video, and this is the FIFA 17 demo, so I'm just gonna react to it, do a super in-depth review, just a critical commentary, and it's gonna be so in-depth, and no one else is making any type of video like this. I'm the only one. Exclusive demo. Thank you, EA, for giving me an exclusive.
This is great.
Alright, so I guess this is just my reaction. Probably gonna be the same as everyone else's reactions. I will try to comment a little bit on how it feels. If I notice maybe the AI isn't playing as boringly as they usually do on FIFA games. Like when you play the AI, they just have a tendency to pass around. But it's not gonna be the most interesting video ever because I can't really do too much. I can't really make it as creative as possible because there are limited features. Alright, yeah, honestly, these mean nothing to me. Like, the squad building does. So these parts actually do mean something, but the parts where they're explaining what's different with the gameplay, I don't care what words you have to describe how the gameplay is different. I just want to feel it. I don't need words to explain it to me. However, these squad building challenges do look pretty cool because you do get to have new players come in for using players that you don't usually use. The only thing is, I wish that you would be able to play a squad, maybe play a tournament against other people who had similar or maybe even the same requirements, and see if you end up winning the tournament, you get maybe an extra player or something like that. Unfortunately, they didn't add that in. I think they missed out on that. Alright, the journey. How do I feel about the journey? I think it's just going to be exactly like NBA 2K, which is pretty fun. I think NBA 2K is pretty fun with my career. However, the journey part, the gameplay itself, is pretty much the same. It's just they have a load of cutscenes, which are kind of interesting. On NBA, they usually end up being really cringy for me, and I don't really like the acting or the scripting. Maybe it'll be better for FIFA. Alright, so I'm gonna go into game settings. I can change the difficulty. So, alright, straight off the bat, I'm gonna switch it to legendary. Now, if it's exactly the same, it'll be kind of boring to play legendary because they'll just pass it around the back, which is similar also on world class. I actually noticed in FIFA 16, if you put it on legendary, they weren't as annoying to play against as opposed to world class where they never did anything. They just passed it around. So legendary, I'll tell you how it feels. All right, we're gonna use Manchester. It's gonna be the Manchester Derby. Oh, are those third kits? Oh, they do have third kits now. That's a nice addition, I guess. Unless I'm wrong. Wait, they don't have third kits. They just made it. You assholes. Alright, boys, let's get into it. How do I feel so far? This gameplay, it does look different. I mean, it's expected to look different. Does it play any differently? Aside from the lag? Well, yeah, okay. Usually, if you do the L2, R2, so like you hold down these two triggers, it's kind of overpowered with like how agility works. But I'm not noticing that right now. Oh, we got Benoit Talent, another person to hate. And we're playing on legendary. Let's see if anything stands out. I feel like the camera is flatter, which takes some getting used to, because I can't really see the ball at all times. I might actually adjust that later. Don't really like it too much. Can we get some through balls going? I wanted to do an outside of the foot one. Maybe I bet there's a button for that. I just don't know about it. Play it now? No. Alright, they're doing the exact same thing they do in FIFA 16, except the animations look different, but they're just honestly passing it around the back. Through the middle, KDB plays it. There's a delay in the pass, which I guess that's realistic. I don't really know how I feel about that. Play it down, that's not where I wanted it, but it still works. That would not have worked. I can tell you right now, that would not have worked in FIFA 16. Can we get the shot away? No. So maybe interceptions are toned down a bit, which is good because in FIFA 16 they were just outrageous. Alright, it feels like the first touches are more slowed down. I guess I'd say nerfed, because in FIFA 16 I think first touch was kind of a stat that wasn't really realistic, because you could just take a bronze player and then use the first touch and it would be exactly the same as a gold player, which I feel like is a key difference for a player like David Silva. Although he doesn't have the greatest pace, doesn't have the greatest, well, he has really good dribbling, but he's not going to stand out in too many areas except for the fact that his first touch sets him apart. And hopefully in FIFA 17 in this game, that's why I put him in, to see if it actually makes a difference with first touch and with more technical players like him. Headers away. Oh my god, the thing is, you still clear it out to the corner, which I don't understand. I want to clear the header, but I don't want to give them another corner. All right, halftime. I have 29% possession. I have 29% possession, boys. And I play possession. This is Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, and we have 29% possession. All right, boys, I'm going to make a concerted effort to keep the ball in the second half. I want at least 50% possession. Headers out. They finally did something kind of attacking. Then they're just going to pass it around the back. They're going to give it to Zlats. Get it off the Zlats. What the? Oh my goodness. I already hate this referee. I didn't even touch anything. I was just jockey pressing. Look at what? Oh, come on. Oh, not again. Not again. All right, so I don't know if penalties are any different for me, but...
There's only one Zlatan.
Okay, Zlatan chipped me. Come on, get the ball. Okay, yes, we cut the ball off them. What are they doing? This is so silly. Aguero with the quick agility, finesse, we score. But it's just not realistic, boys. A Jose Mourinho team is not going to be passing the... Oh, the shush is back. But a Jose Mourinho Manchester United team is not going to be passing the ball around the back with a 1-0 lead, 73rd minute. And they're not going to have like 75% possession the entire game. Why are they only leaving one man back? It just makes no sense. All right, extra time. What happens? Penalties? I had 32%, but they had 93% pass accuracy. I had 89 because I had like 4 passes the entire game. Oh my gosh, they didn't even come into my final third. They just had it in the half. Oh, this is the exact same thing, boys. Oh my gosh, I don't even think there was a shot on goal in the entire extra time period. Final stats ended up being they had 65% possession for a Jose Mourinho-led team. 92% pass accuracy. I had 35% possession. All right, now let's do some penalties. These are apparently different, so we have to look at the steps. Adjust your starting position left, right with the R to give yourself more time to change the angle. Okay, that's cool. Hold the L forward to run up to the ball. Adjust your aim by tilting the L left or right. Okay, that's kind of the same. Use the circle button to control power and height. Hold to run up. Did I do it? I don't know. I don't know what I just did. Under Herrera. What do I do? Okay, sick. Now what do I do? Did I do it right? I don't know how to aim it up though. Pogba. Now his run up looked nice because that looked pretty realistic to how he actually does it. David Silva. Why do I need to adjust the starting? I don't understand. Did I hit it? How do you aim it up? I don't get it. Because you're moving forward to make your guy run. Rashford's going all the way to the D. I don't know why. And now what the heck was that? He like curved around it. Okay, that's why he missed. Do I really need to adjust? What the heck was that? What? I don't even know what just happened. Why do they make this so complicated? Why is Joe Hart taking a penalty now? And why is there no... there was no thingy. What the heck is going on? So apparently Joe Hart had to take a penalty, and then they didn't give me the arrow to distinguish where I was going to shoot, but he comes up with a save. Wait. Why is it doing that? Could someone explain this to me? Another save by Joe Hart. I'm coming up with amazing stops, but I need to know how to shoot, boys. I need to know how to shoot. Where do I go? I'm gonna go. Damn it, I lost. But why was Joe Hart the 6th penalty taker, and why did they get rid of my arrow to explain how to do it? All right, I'm gonna play another game. I'm gonna do it on world class, see if that makes a difference. Like I said, in FIFA 16, world class was actually even worse than legendary because legendary was like usually 60-40% possession. They would have 60 to my 40. World class was more like 80-20. I'm going to go with a lower level team, so I'm going to see if the Seattle Sounders are different. What I'm really looking for is to see if the first touches are different, like I said earlier about how with any bronze player you could pretty much turn on a dime in FIFA 16, and I think that's like a main part of FIFA, or a main part of football that needs to be different between like world-class players and just average Joes. All right, boys, come on. Please don't tell me that they're gonna have 95% possession. Play it now. Go, Clint. Clint, I know you got nerfed. You got the old man treatment, and he's now really slow. Play it through the middle. Go, Clint. Come on. Oh, comes to Jordan Morris. Jordan plays it wide to Jones. Look to whip it in. Triple tap worked. Triple tap almost worked. That was pretty good. That seemed realistic. All right, now we get to see the corner. So they made this really complicated too. But I felt corners were pretty much useless in FIFA 15 or in FIFA 16. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I wasn't paying attention. Now I switch to the player. That's okay. That seems pretty intuitive. You just aim to where you want to shoot, and then you control the player while the ball's in the air, and try to just put someone where you aimed for. What the heck is this? Wait, they changed these? They changed these? They made it better? I guess that's better. But I just care about making sure that I don't pass it to the wrong person. But what I've noticed is the hold-up play by your center forwards, like a guy like Clint Dempsey, or just think of like Romelu Lukaku playing against Sunderland yesterday. He does a lot with his back to goal because he's just trying to hold up play and let others come towards him as he's getting the ball into his feet, which I didn't see in FIFA 16 at all, and it seems like they added that to this game, which is a good addition. I'm looking to see if through balls are any different, because in FIFA 16 they didn't come off at all, ever, and it's hard to break my habit because I just ended up learning not to ever do through balls unless it was like an obvious situation. But if they made it so it does work in FIFA 17, that would be great for this game, because through balls are like one of the best parts about football. So I'd say I'm playing pretty much the same way in terms of possession, and this one's much more even, 49-51. So it seems like world class is no longer just idiotic. Unfortunately, it seems like Legendary got that. All right, what the heck? How many passes are they gonna... Those guys just did like 10 passes to each other in 3 seconds. All right, now they're playing like freaking Barcelona. What is this? What is with all the first touch passes? So I spoke highly of them kind of in the first half, saying that it wasn't as annoying. Now they're just... And suddenly they've turned on Barcelona mode. Okay, what the heck? He just threw it to me. I don't think I've ever seen the computer do that. Can we spring the counterattack, boys? Just Jordan Morris is running, got fouled. But it still has it. Play it back for Jordan. Keep going, Jordan Morris. Hit it first time. Jordan, we missed. I don't like this camera angle because I can't tell how far I just missed. I was 100% sure that was going in. They just passed it around until they passed it out of bounds. This game is bad. So remember how it was 49-51 in terms of possession? Now 36-64. They have 94% pass accuracy. I'm not even gonna play. Just end the match as a draw. Okay, so in the first example, I was Manchester City. I played against Manchester United. Now, normally you would think that Manchester City would dominate possession because of just how Pep Guardiola plays as compared to how Jose plays. But it obviously was not how that ended up happening. Manchester United dominated on possession like 70-30 or something like that. Now, I could have contributed that to the fact that it was on Legendary, and maybe Legendary is just broken, kind of like how World Class was last year. So in the second game, I changed it to being I was Sounders FC playing against Juventus. Usually Juventus doesn't dominate on possession. However, I was a lower level team, and in those situations, despite the play style of the other one, usually the team that is the underdog has to play more defensively. So although I did get dominated on possession, it's kind of feasible to say that in real life, if those two teams played against each other, you could see a similar result in terms of possession. Now for the final test, I'm going to use Manchester City playing against Sounders FC. Now by the same thought process, I should completely dominate on possession because I'm Manchester City, higher level team, using Pep Guardiola's possession style against Sounders FC. It's on World Class. Let's see, I pray that the computer does not have like 70% possession by the end of this game. Play it wide. Go, Sané, Leroy. He's got a left foot. He's got a magisterial left foot. He didn't show it there, but rebound comes to Gundogan. We get the counterattack, and we're up 1-0. Now, I would say that still they're playing too much possession. However, it could be that I'm just out of practice with FIFA because I haven't played in a while, and this is obviously a different game mechanics in terms of passing. So my passing hasn't been up to standard, up to like what it was in FIFA 16, but still I would say they are playing really possession based, and that's just not realistic. So at the halftime break, still the same story about possession. 90% pass accuracy for the Seattle Sounders, 66% possession against Manchester City. Alright, I really need to figure out how to do this. Set piece tactics. See, the set piece tactics are all still the same. I told them to get near the keeper, no one did it. Headers, alright, no. Oh, bicycle kick, no. I mean, I guess it's a good addition, but right now I'm not seeing it being really any too different. Okay, I don't know how to clear the ball. What is this? I don't know how to clear the ball. 1-1. This is just me trying to pass it out or something. I don't know what I was doing. Final stats ended up being 44% possession, 56% possession of them. So I mean, it wasn't really too unrealistic. I still think that I should have dominated on possession. However, that could be attributed to the fact that my pass accuracy was so bad I kept giving the ball away cheaply. But honestly, I would say that still the computer puts way too much of an emphasis on possession. You never see any balls, like any long balls played. I didn't see a single one in all 3 games that I played. So that's gonna do it for my initial impressions of the FIFA 17 demo. Just some key points I wanna, where's my whiteboard? All right, the key point number 1 of this video, which is pretty obvious, is the possession, which I said was too much for the CPU. Like I just stated, computer, it's like they're caught in between two minds, because the possession happens because they're just playing in between one another, not really going forward with a purpose, the CPU. It's just like they're passing for the sake of having high passing stats and having high possession stats. But some of the passes that they do play, like trying to keep possession, does seem realistic, because you see a lot of teams, they don't just try to bomb forward as soon as they get the ball, unless it's like Leicester City on a counterattack or something like that. However, it's not realistic when you have teams like Manchester United only doing that the entirety of the game. So it's like EA are caught between trying to keep it really realistic, but then the playstyles don't match up with every individual team. Point number 2 I want to talk about is the slight delay with the passing. That was only on a couple of occasions, but I don't really want there to be any delay at all from the passing, because as soon as I input that I want to pass, that's the only connection that I have with the player itself. It's not like if I'm playing and I'm controlling myself in a real life match and I say, oh, I should pass it there. There's not going to be a little split-second difference between when I say, oh, I should pass it there, to when I actually do pass it there, because I've already done the input in my brain that I want to pass it there. It should be almost instantaneous. Next, I want to talk about player movement, which I thought was more realistic because they were a little bit sluggish, I'd say, but it wasn't like they're just all agile bunnies or whatever, because it was pretty realistic in how they turn and how they hold the ball. It's not like everyone is a 5'2" plata like in FIFA 16 and just can run around, or like a Dries Mertens Insigne type, which they should have a higher balance and higher agility because they are so short and have such a low center of gravity. But not every player should play like that, and I thought the FIFA 17 was better at reflecting that difference. And finally, I want to talk about the graphics and cutscenes, and like I said on here, it's good, but really, who cares that much? I mean, obviously the graphics are kind of nice to have pretty realistic looking player models, manager models, but it's like they put a huge emphasis on the cutscenes in the game, when you just like in between a throw and you see the manager's reaction, which is cool to see because that's realistic like you would see on a TV program. But honestly, personally, this is just a personal thing. I don't really care too much about those cutscenes because in the end I know I'm going to just skip them. So that's going to do it for this initial reaction. I'm probably going to play this game more off camera, maybe do a separate video on this to get some more reactions on it, because it's not fair to just give it one go, actually 3 goes, and then just say that's it, I'm going to write this game off. I've already bought it anyway, I'm going to play it more, and this isn't really the final build. The only thing I have to say is I'm pretty sure I had almost the exact same reaction on FIFA 16 for the FIFA 16 demo. You can probably find that on this channel, and it turned out being pretty much the same when the actual game dropped. So I wouldn't really get my hopes too much about a giant change in gameplay. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this initial reaction video. If you did, drop a like on the video, do all that stuff that YouTubers say you should do. Hope to see you in the next video, and as always, don't forget to spay your pets.